Dartmoor National Park, where I live, has genuinely saved my life. If it weren't for the ability to experience nature, I would be long gone. Story 59. Talking to your doctor about your feelings is important. It took me 30 years to speak up for myself due to shame. Story 60. Fake it till you make it. Even something as small as smiling tricks the brain into releasing happy chemicals. Story 61. Here is a post I made years ago. It's mistitled as I was using the wrong term, referring to intrusive thoughts instead of rumination at the time. I use this technique consistently. Story 62. If you dislike yourself, take a shower. If you dislike other people, eat something. If you dislike everything and everyone, take a nap. I try to follow this, and it works for me. Your mileage may vary. Story 63. Stop caring so much. Don't watch or read the news if it upsets you. Comparison is the thief of joy. Delete your social media accounts or unfollow people if it is affecting your mental health. Story 64. Who said this? Became a question I asked myself when I fell into a pattern of overthinking or negative questioning. Most of the time, I didn't have an answer, which meant I was going against my own thoughts. This approach has kept me grounded and has likely been my best defense against anxiety. Story 65. Sometimes when you are struggling with depression, focusing on the small joys of everyday life can help you emerge from the darkness. Even if it is something as simple as this cup of coffee tastes really good. Story 66. When you're overthinking and feeling anxious, especially before sleep, close your eyes and name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. You can imagine yourself in a specific place or list those things based on the room you're currently in. This practice helps ground me and distracts me from my thoughts. Story 67. You cannot seek reassurance if you are an anxious person. The more you reach out to others asking, do you think this pain is normal? The more you reinforce that you need reassurance. You must accept that you do not know the future and do your best to focus on the present moment. Story 68. Meditation involves 5 minutes of focusing on your breath in the present moment. I also include affirmations such as, in with peace and joy, I am capable. Or it's okay to do one thing at a time as I inhale. When I exhale, I think of phrases like, out with negativity, and I release anger, sadness, or whatever I need to let go of. Story 69. Oh Yeah by Roxy Music. As an adult, embrace the concept of finding a comfortable spot on the carpet, lying down, and listening to music while staring at the ceiling and relaxing. Story 70. I learned about a thought-canceling exercise that you can do daily for about 10 minutes, usually before bed. You clear your mind, and when a thought arises, you acknowledge it and then dismiss it to regain clarity. This process continues for 10 minutes. I was feeling anxious and overwhelmed with racing thoughts, and on some nights, it took me a long time to fall asleep. This exercise has helped me dismiss worrying thoughts during the day and prevent negative thoughts from developing into negative moods. By practicing this method, I now feel like I have more control over the chaos in my mind. Story 71. Stop searching for everything online. It's perfectly okay not to know the answers to every question or understand what that symptom means. It has been liberating. Story 72. Mindfulness. Take a walk, go outside, listen to the birds, and feel the wind, even if you can only do it for 1 minute. Story 73. What you think people think of you, what people actually think of you, and what you think about yourself are completely different perceptions and are often incorrect. Stop judging yourself and others based on these beliefs. Story 74. Giving my brain a generic, sitcom-level name like Rebecca or Karen helps me manage intrusive thoughts or bad memories. Every time I get these thoughts, I say aloud, Rebecca, I cannot do this right now. It significantly helps put a stop to the rumination and prevents my thoughts from spiraling out of control. Story 75. Learn to say no or quit. Of course, do not do it without a parachute or backup plan. However, even putting your mind to it and taking steps to actually change helps your mindset significantly. Story 76. Out loud. Talk to yourself in a private space. If you are aware that you are in a depressed or anxious state, try giving yourself a pep talk and a reality check. Here's an example from my own experience. You are experiencing feelings of insert feelings. Anyone in your situation would feel this way, and it's completely okay. You just need to know a couple of things. As hard as it sounds, feelings aren't fatal. It's actions that matter. Try it out. Story 77. Learn the lesson and then move on. Overly criticizing yourself does you no good. Also, compliment yourself 3 times a day in the mirror while looking into your own eyes. It is a very effective way to rewire your brain. Story 78. As others have said, take a walk. Just go around the block if that's all you can do. A new approach that is helping me a lot, but that I am still learning, is to sit with your feelings. Don't push them away. Instead, breathe into them. Notice where you feel them in your body. Let them exist without ruminating or feeding them, and then let them go. It's much harder than it sounds, but it makes negative feelings a lot less intimidating. Story 79. When you have a list of tasks that keep building up in your mind and start to cause you anxiety, just take action on the first thing that comes to mind. Over time, you will accomplish more tasks and have less anxiety. 10% is always more than 0%, and 10% over 10 times is 100%. Story 80. I was a competitive boxer for years, but this can be applied to anything and anyone. I suffered from a wide range of mental health issues, most notably depression and bulimia. I felt extremely suicidal, but didn't truly want to end my life, if that makes sense. I just wanted the pain to stop. I figured out that I could hold off those thoughts if I told myself, I can't end my life until I win this next competition. After that competition, I would remind myself, now I can't end my life until I win this next competition. That way, I won't be a total disappointment when I die. I managed to do this long enough until I received help. Not everyone participates in competitions, but you can tell yourself not to give up until you finish whatever you are doing. Then you can push it off until the next task is complete, and so on. This strategy worked for me. Story 81. When I work from home, I use the Pomodoro technique with 50 minutes of focus work followed by a 10-minute break. During the break, I walk or engage in any physical activity while thinking about goals that excite me. I take a deep breath and drink some water to stay hydrated. Story 82. EFT is a tapping technique that utilizes a specific set of acupuncture points to help release unwanted emotions and traumas. It is highly effective and easy to learn, allowing even children to use it. It has never failed me in all my years of practice. Additionally, it is free and can be done on yourself at any time and place. There are many videos available that demonstrate how to perform it if you prefer to learn visually. You might also search for emotional tapping. You'll be surprised at how effective it is. Story 83. I know the polyvagal theory is discredited, but the framework and some exercises in the book Anchored really helped me.